us all got together this weekend to discuss our fundraising efforts over poker. Adele, our treasurer, said we've made a little over $200 in our first month alone, which puts us ahead of our estimated goal of $500 before February. Adele believes we'll be able to buy all 5 of us a bus ticket to Aberdeen by the end of the month. To speed things along a little bit, I propose that we pick up the pace with our bake sale. Instead of just a dozen cookies, we should all make 2, selling them for twice the price we normally would. Now, if this was just to raise more money for our children's drama club, we wouldn't even dream of charging $10 for our Hershey Kiss cookies. Most of the time, we just make the batch ourselves, figuring money's going to a good cause and all, but this is bigger than band boosters. You are more important than new uniforms for the football team, Wallace. I've been saving this evening dress that I wore when me and my husband first met, but I'm gonna wear it to the penitentiary just for you. It's a few sizes too small for me to fit in anymore, but us girls have all regimented ourselves, devising a diet that we swore we would stick with. No white sugar, no white flour. I won't even lick the spatula after mixing up a batch of cookies. My husband doesn't know why I'm trying to trim my hips. Thinks it's for him, which is fine. If our spouses all want to believe we're burning off the pounds for their sake, they won't worry over our road trip. None of them will ever wonder why we decided to head down to Aberdeen instead of Daytona or Las Vegas. And the less questions we have to answer, the better. We're keeping you to ourselves, Wallace. We are not sharing you with anybody. Girls normally meet at my house for our poker nights. I'll ask my daughter Shelby to go do her homework in her room. She's too young to understand what us girls are up to. Get upstairs, bring it up. It's better for her to believe we're just excited over the idea of getting away from our families. House cleaning, grocery runs. You never make me feel like a housewife, Wallace. Then you make me clean up after you. Never asked me to shave that hair off the back of your neck. Whenever I imagine we're in bed together, the second I switch off the lights, you're always right on top of me, rubbing your hands all over my body, wrapping them around my throat. You dig your thumb under my lower jaw, your palm pressing down on my Adam's apple, and you stare me right in the eye until I start to feel lightheaded. Clipping all your newspaper articles, I like to imagine I'm one of those women you met along Highway 45. Took us girls a long time to decide who got to be who. Adele was determined to be Nancy Tuckett, going head to head with Lou Ann, but you know, the only thing that was so special about Nancy Tuckett was that hers was the first body the police found. That does not mean she was your first, though. Which is why I did not want her myself. I had my heart set on Cheryl Lynn Simmons. Girl you picked up in Meridian. Now you just dumped her body in some ditch, and the girls and I have argued over why. Adele believes it's because the cops were close by, you were running out of time. Me personally, I like to think it's because you saw something in her that struck your fancy. She was just too beautiful for you to ruin like the rest. I could have been Cheryl Lynn Simmons. I look at that Glamour Shots picture ever they printed in the newspaper, and I swear there's not much difference between us. I dyed my hair to look just like hers. I'm a brunette now. Your favorite. Don't tell the girls I did this, but I dipped into my bake sale funds to pay for a makeover. I figured it was a business expense and they wouldn't mind. And I went down to the Glamour Shots and got me the same deal Cheryl Lynn did. Brought my copy of the newspaper along, show them her picture, explaining exactly what I wanted. For days I practiced that pose, making sure I tilted my chin in the same way that Cheryl Lynn did. Her smile was the hardest part. Her lips are sharper than mine, so I couldn't get my mouth to make the right angle. So my grin is a little lopsided, but other than that, you can't tell the two of us apart. You be the judge. Tell me what you think. I included a copy of my picture just for you to put up on your wall. So Adele gets to pretend that she is Nancy Tuckett, while Luann settled for Polly Portman. And I only took Charlene Reynolds, and I'm Cheryl Lynn. We all feel like we're different women now. Walking outside, I feel like anything is possible. You can be just behind some bush, waiting for me to step away from the porch light, only to grab me from behind, putting your palm over my mouth so I won't scream, and dragging me back to where nobody can see us. I had to wait a while before I could write to you tonight. Old enough for my husband to fall asleep. Took him a while to doze off. Even me, just laying there, staring up at the ceiling. All I could think about was you. How you make me tremble just from imagining you near me. You make me feel alive, Wallace. Our lives were in danger because of you. Women all across the county were asked to stay inside and keep away from the highways at night, but for us girls, we started making trips to the supermarket at 11 o'clock. Just after the news anchor had finished reporting about another body found along the highway. Once we knew where you dumped her on the interstate, we'd figure out where the nearest grocery store was, meeting up in the dairy aisle 15 minutes later. One of us girls didn't show up. We'd all know why. I'll be envious of her, so we drive home slowly, hoping you're still out there on the road, looking for a ride. Your thumb sticking out, your smile so wide. The judge would just have to understand it can't be considered manslaughter if the victim is willing. In your defense, our home life will be all the evidence you'll need. Take me away from my life, Wallace. I'm ready for you.